Welcome back, everyone. Thanks so much for joining me. This video we're going to be covering malfunctions. This is the first video on how to actually clear a malfunction. There are three different types of malfunctions: simple, complex, catastrophic. Simple malfunctions require simple actions in order to clear it. Complex malfunctions require you to completely unload your gun, make sure it is clear, and then reload your weapon. And catastrophic requires tools, parts, or both. Your gun is essentially broken until you get it fixed. Okay? This video is simple malfunctions. Simple malfunctions are the most common malfunctions that you will incur. It is a failure to fire. Now, the number one reason why people get failures to fire is failing to load your gun properly. Previous video I went over how I suggest that you properly load your gun in order to ensure maximum chance that you're going to get a bang instead of a click. And in the previous videos I went over how to check your ammunition. So, why you get a click? Not loading your gun properly, or ammunition related. Bad ammo, or loading the same round time and time again, thus damaging the primer components. Got a little guest there, Cardinal. Oh, flew away. Camera shy. Alright. Come up, attempt to fire the gun, get a click instead of a bang. Now, I don't care why it happens. I will only care about how to fix it. First thing, slap the bottom of the magazine. That ensures that the magazine is fully seated. Next, rack the charging handle. What that does is it either loads your firearm or extracts and ejects a bad round, and if you need to, attempt to fire. Pew, 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 pew. Okay? That's how you clear and deal with a simple malfunction. Now, the gray zone is a stovepipe. Looks something like this. The reason why you get a stovepipe is either bad extraction or ejection, your hand gets in the way, or you're close to an object. You're firing close to a wall and the round cannot completely eject. Close to the ground if you have to fire in an unorthodox shooting position. Or if you're close to a wall, in one of the rare cases, the round bounces off the wall and then bounces back into the ejection port as you're firing multiple rounds. It's rare, but it can happen. Now, this is the gray zone, because if you don't understand what's going on, you can actually induce a more serious malfunction. This can actually bump you into complex malfunctions. So, the bolt moved to the rear, failed to eject, or round bounced back in as it loaded another round. So there is a round in the chamber right now, a hunk of brass, and most of the time people will pull the trigger and then realize that something's not right. So you have to do a couple things. You have to recock the hammer, get that hunk of brass out without pulling the bolt back far enough to load another round right behind the one that's in the chamber. How do you take care of that? Basically, you do a press check. Tilt the weapon to the side, use your thumb as the index finger to thumb, and attempt to fire if you need to. Boom. That will take care of it. What about, since we are human beings, we make mistakes, you commit to a immediate action, a tap rack. Once again, attempt to fire, boom, all of a sudden you see a hunk of brass out, you automatically do a tap rack, but you realize what the malfunction is. Okay? If you're already in motion of doing a tap rack, you're going to lift the weapon up, tilt the ejection port down to the ground. that will cock the hammer, get this hunk of brass out of the ejection port out, and hopefully dump the round that's in the chamber. So when you release the charging handle, you will have a clear chamber. Lift up. Alright, I had to work with it. It didn't work 100%, but that is life. Let's try it again. Okay, come up. I'm already in action. Alright, that worked a little bit better. So that covers simple malfunctions and the gray zone, which is the stovepipe malfunction. Stay tuned. Next video we are going to cover complex malfunctions. I'll see you in a few.